Hi folks, this is my video response to Backwoods Metal 220 subscriber contest. He has asked for 5 albums where the lead singer is not the original singer of the band. I have those 5 albums, but 4 of them are on CD. But it's okay. He said it would be okay. He said I could use cassettes if I had to. But it's probably not going to come to that. I've got the 5 albums, and I'll do them in chronological order. And my first album is Kansas, Drastic Measures. Steve Walsh was the original lead singer. By this time, he had left the band. John Elefante was the new lead singer. I'm a huge John Elefante fan. I think this guy has a tremendous set of pipes. Love the song Playing Fire with Fire. Great hard rock song. So, my first choice, Kansas, Drastic Measures. My second album is Petra, Back to the Street. I don't know that you could say Petra had an original lead singer because in the beginning Bob Hartman shared the duties with another band member. It wasn't until the second album that Greg X. Volz came along. Even then, I think he just contributed vocals pretty much to the next 2 albums before he'd become their lead singer. Well, Back to the Street is the first album for John Schlitt. John Schlitt was the lead singer for a band called Head East until his drug problems caught up with him and got him out of that band. Fortunately, he got his life straight and ended up in Petra. His debut, to me, is the strongest of the albums that he sang on. Love songs like Back to the Street and especially Shaking the House. Those rock really hard, sound great, fit his voice very well. The next 2 albums after this, This Means War and On Fire, are both good albums. After that, the songwriting is problematic and makes those albums quite uneven. But this album, I really enjoy. This is Back to the Street. Third album, White Heart, Freedom. White Heart's first singer was a gentleman by the name of Steve Green, and he left the band to do more adult contemporary music. So how hard can White Heart really rock? Well, they rocked pretty hard on this album. The band was at their peak at this album, and to me, almost every sound on it was meticulously crafted. And Rick Florian, who was their roadie, had become their lead singer. This was about his 3rd album as their lead vocalist, and his vocals on here are stellar. White Heart, Freedom. 4th album, Tourniquet, where Moth and Rust Destroy. In the beginning, they used 2 vocalists. They used a guy named Guy Ritter to do the melodic stuff, and then a fellow named Gary Lanare, or something like that. I hope I haven't butchered his name too much. To do the more rough metal vocals. By this time, Ritter had left the band, and Luke Easter, who's a fine vocalist, took over, and this is a in the back half of Tourniquet's catalog, this is one of my favorite albums. And that would be War Moth and Rust Destroy, Tourniquet. And finally, Sacred Warrior, Waiting in Darkness. Their original vocalist was Ray Parra. In 2013, when they got back together for this album, Eli Princeton came in and did the vocals. I thought he did a brilliant job in trying to fill big shoes because Ray Parra has a tremendous voice. It looks like this will be the only Eli Princeton album, as I've heard Ray Parra has rejoined Sacred Warrior. And that's good news. That's great. And I hope they're getting ready to put out another Sacred Warrior album. That would be awesome. But Eli Princeton did the band proud on this album. When I first got it, I wore it out. It is a nice addition to the collection. So those are my 5 albums. My co-host Jake is wandering around somewhere, probably pondering the emptiness of his food dish, which is, in his opinion, always too empty. And it's getting quite late, so I will say good night and hope that you all have had a great day, and hope tomorrow's even better for you. Have a good one.